Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Russ back again with another Madden 19 Ultimate Team video. Alright, so last episode we actually got a decent matchmaking game. Like, we actually went against a team that was even against us. Now, you guys will see in just a second. This game we are not so lucky. You guys see the team is the same as last game. We have not made an upgrade since we had that one episode with a bunch of upgrades. You guys can see 95 Roquan Smith, Jesus, can't talk. Ricky Williams, and then I missed the last guy, my bad. Actually not, you know what, that's actually not too bad of a team. You know, it's not too much, or it's not like overpowered compared to ours. I mean, it's around ours, probably a decent bit better, but not, you know, overpowered type better. So, you know, going into this game, I was thinking I'm just going to do what I normally do. I'm going to run the ball with Marshawn Lynch. And he picked up right where he did last game, man. Or last episode, Marshawn Lynch went off. I mean, I called it beast mode engaged, for God's sakes. Obviously, he did some good stuff. But he starts out with 3 rushes for 21 yards. It's pretty damn good. And then we go to play action, looking with Donovan McNabb, looking deep. I don't really see much. And we just keep looking, and eventually we are sacked. That was a bad play by me. I should have rolled out and probably thrown it away. But instead, we end up taking the sack to make it 3rd and 18, looking for the first down. And I thought we may have had it right there, man. That was really close. But unfortunately, we do not get it, and we have to punt. Usually, I end up starting off drives pretty decently, and that one we did. And unfortunately, we have to punt. I mean, you know, I did end up pointing out last episode, or I think it was last episode, maybe a couple episodes ago, that we do have Michael Dixon, 86 overall, punter, because my boy Nemo ended up buying him for me. Shout out to Nemo. I did not buy the bundle at that point, so he ended up just doing me a solid and buying me a punter. I didn't ask him to. He just did it out of the kindness of his heart. That's what best friends do, man. You know they're your best friend when they buy you a punter for 30K just because they want to. I mean, shit. That's hilarious, though. But we end up getting him at the 13-yard line on 4th and 1. Unfortunately, he does end up converting. Our pass rush is not that great. I do use aggressive pass rush a decent amount of times, but it doesn't end up getting there a lot of the time. As he starts 3 for 4 with McNabb, he has McNabb as well. So we got McNabb versus McNabb in this game, and he's doing a lot better with his than I am with mine, man. He's starting off very well. He has Alvin Kamara, and he just keeps on running, man. 2 rushes for 8 yards. You know, hasn't done much yet, but you know, 2 rushes he's had have been decent. And 2nd and 6, he ends up throwing it away from inside the pocket as we get pressure. So we do end up getting a little bit of a break there. And we make it 3rd and 16 instead of 2nd. And, of course, a lot shorter if he would have ran outside the pocket and thrown it away. Right here, we get really close with the sack, but his left tackle ends up helping him. And we get a fumble, and we do not recover it because my defense sucks, of course. Always. They never recover fumbles, man. Whenever we end up forcing fumbles, rarely do I get them. Or it seems like rarely I ever get them. Maybe if I go back and look at a couple episodes, maybe we end up getting more than I think. But it seems like most of the time, I don't get them. Maybe that's a trend in Madden 19. I don't know. I haven't played enough games to see if that has happened like a ton of times. It's only happened a couple times, you know, throughout these games that I've played since coming back. As Kyle Juszczyk makes a nice catch right there for a first down. Trying to run the ball, and this dude plays it really well, but Marshawn Lynch just keeps on fighting, man. 5 rushes for 30 yards. Decent game for him so far. 2nd and 5, looking with McNabb. Nobody really getting open, so we take off, get the first, and slide down. We do not want to fumble as we take 7 yards and a first down. 2 minutes and 43 seconds left. Marshawn Lynch trying to run the ball. This guy's starting to clamp down. I keep hitting my mic. My bad if you guys are hearing that. I've done it a couple times this episode. As George Fant, unfortunately, probably does not have the best traits as he is a lineman at tight end. Does not get his feet down inbounds, so we make it 3rd and 8. Jimmy Graham trying to get the first as we do hurdle. Back in Madden 17 or Madden 17, 18, I don't know what it was. I called myself the hurdle master because I hurdled all the time, and it seems like I was always successful with it. And this year I've been not as successful, but I've been decent with it. The hurdle is, you know, it's nice to see it come back right there. I tried to turn up the field with a use check. Unfortunately, I do not, and they end up just kind of lazily walking out of bounds, and we make it 3rd and 6 with a negative run by Marshawn Lynch. And we look to the end zone. I think we have it, but we cannot tippy-toe. So close, man. 4 for 7 for 34 yards with McNabb, and we make it 3-3, settling for the field goal with Sebastian Janikowski. So 3-3 against a pretty decent team. I gotta say, I'm actually pretty happy with how we performed so far. I feel like we could have had more points, but it hasn't been that bad. So we kick off with Michael Dixon. He ends up returning it to the 27-yard line. He has 56 seconds left to try to do something here in the 2nd quarter. 52 seconds now as he takes a lot of time in the pocket and ends up completely missing with Donovan McNabb. It does seem like Donovan McNabb's deep or mid may be lacking a little bit, but so far with me, since I do throw short a lot, he's been good. But this guy, he does go more down the field with McNabb. So maybe you guys are seeing a little bit different play from McNabb than the way I use him. I throw short a lot. This guy goes deep and mid. 4th and 19, for some reason, he decides to go for it. I don't know why he did that. But you know what? It ends up not hurting him because I'm an idiot, and I end up throwing a pick. I don't know what I was doing, man. 23 seconds left. I decided to get greedy. I tried to go to the end zone. I honestly thought he was going to anger blitz me, and when he didn't, I just got completely lost, and unfortunately, I ended up throwing a pick. And instead of being up 6-3 before half, which I could have easily, and I mean easily, ran the clock all the way down, instead, you know, he ends up getting the ball back, but fortunately, we do end up getting a pick, so it does not come back to hurt us. Of course, if he would have gotten field goal range or gotten a touchdown, that would have hurt, but of course, that's my fault. Just not getting any points before half, I think, until Deion Sanders, I don't know how, outraces everybody on the sideline, man, and races to the end zone for the touchdown with no time left in the first half. What do I even say about that, man? I mean, Deion Sanders, he has been the playmaker on my team ever since I have bought him. He's been a beast. I knew that getting him would help our offense so much, and I did not think that play would happen, but that guy got greedy. You know, I got greedy. I threw a pick in the end zone. He got greedy. He sent an extra guy. I rolled out to the left, and pretty much my favorite play is where I run just a deep, deep crosser with my slot receiver, and even though we used it, I knew 95 speed was going to beat him, and we end up getting the touchdown just before half to go up 10-3, and that is a huge, huge, huge touchdown with the game being tied before that, and him getting the ball at half, that's just gigantic. So our shitty ass read ends up helping us actually, because we wouldn't have gotten a touchdown, I don't think. I would have definitely settled for the field goal if that would have been a drop pick or something in the end zone. Of course, it did end up getting picked off, and right here we end up getting a pick of our own as I'm stuttering all over the place. Oh my god, I cannot stop stuttering. I need to get back in this fucking commentary game, man. You would think I'd be warmed up by now, but I'm not. But we end up getting the pick. A bad timing on the user pick, unfortunately. I almost had it, but I don't know. Honestly, man, oh, Marshawn, goddamn. It's that serious, though. The users this year, man, I've just been off with them. I don't know why. But the bad timing, that was my bad. I definitely held it a little bit too long, so my fault. But we end up getting the pick anyway, so obviously it does not matter. But 4th and 1, I end up taking my chances because I knew that this dude was going to play the run, and he played really, really low. And, of course, Jerry Rice ends up getting wide open. And right here, I don't know how he swerved my center. I thought it was gone, dude, but he somehow swerved away from my center at the last second and tackled Marshawn Lynch away from the end zone. Of course, away from the end zone because that was a horrible sentence. You know what I mean. He tackled him short. So from the 16-yard line, we are just running the hell out of Marshawn right now. And he can't stop him, man. 12 rushes for 77 yards. Marshawn is just doing what he does. We bring in Ricky Williams to spell Marshawn for a bit. But, of course, Marshawn comes right back in the very next play. And I cut a little bit too early right there. It doesn't really matter, though, as we do end up taking the field goal to make it 2 scores with 2 minutes left. I definitely like my chances here because, of course, he has to score super quick, which, you know, granted, my team has given up some big plays in the past. I don't feel like my team gives up that many huge, you know, gigantic plays. I feel like I play pretty safe. So if there's a situation I want my defense in, it's this. A minute 52, I'm able to play pretty much whatever defense I want. I can give up plays like this, and it doesn't really hurt me. He's 8 for 13 with Donovan McNabb. I don't want to give up anything super deep over the middle or really deep in general. And with his plays like that, he can do that all day. I really don't care. As Jamal Adams breaks it up. But then Donovan McNabb rolling out and throwing, and ooh, that was close to getting picked by Jamal Adams right there, man. I don't know why he didn't jump. It looked like the throw was offline the entire way. Jamal Adams is just showing up all over this fucking drive as he ends up getting a tackle right there. 1st and 10, he's looking with just a minute left in this game. He has taken up over a minute of time, and he throws a pick to Desmond King, the slot corner I'm playing at my number 2. That I have honestly been incredibly surprised at how well he has played. Ices this game for us 13-3 as we end up just running down his throat with Marshawn. I don't know how Marshawn's doing this, but he just keeps on running on this defense right now, man. Pushing forward. He is at 100 yards now, and we end up taking the knee. And I just got to point this out, man. So 13-3, right? This guy ends up pausing. You would think he'd quit. Now, he does something that you don't do. Just don't do this, man. He ends up just sitting there for 30 seconds. Like, don't be that guy. Oh my god, my voice crack. That's a horrible time for my voice to crack. You know what? I'll embrace it. My voice cracks. It is what it is. It only cracks when I do YouTube videos. I'm telling you, I took a break for 3 months. Didn't happen once. YouTube videos, it always happens. But he ends up just taking 30 seconds and not, I don't know. You guys will see. He pauses again. You know what I mean? He just keeps pausing. I run a play because I'm like, all right, bro, try to force a fumble. Try to do something. But instead, he pauses again. 13-3, 13 seconds left. I have to sit here for so much longer than I wanted to, and he eventually ends up quitting. Do not be this dude, Dirty Lloyd. I don't know what you're doing, bro, but you need to reevaluate how you play this shit. I mean, for real. That's just dumb. I mean, you know, time on this earth, man, is time you never get back. That's like 30, 60, 75 seconds of my life I'm never going to get back. But you know what? It doesn't matter. As we end up being 4-0 on this season, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to look out for the next one, and as always, I'm out. Peace.